Don't be afraid of losing people. Be afraid of losing yourself by trying to please everyone. Hi everyone, I'm Savanna and this is Mental Mondays with Savanna, a motivating, mental cleansing, and energy boosting podcast. I focus on how one can improve their mental health while helping you build a better mindset, better habits, and a better life for yourself. I'm a 15-year-old CEO, a passionate storyteller, and an optimistic dreamer who views the world through a different set of lenses. I came on here to share that unique view with you. My biggest hope is that my videos ignite a spark in you to seek your highest potential and so that you can live a life without limits. Let's dive into it. So today we will be kicking off with the dangers of being a people pleaser and why it's so rampant among today's generation. But before we start off, I want everyone to just slow down, relax, and take a rain check. Take a rain check on how you're doing mentally, how you're doing physically, and slow down to comprehend these feelings. It's really important that you stop and you know how you're feeling throughout the day. But I know how easy it is to be so absorbed in your work, whether you're at school, you're at work, or just whatever life throws at you. Nowadays, I'm really trying to be more conscious about myself, to increase my self-awareness, and so instead of ignoring my emotions, I understand and I acknowledge them. Too often, I find that people will go throughout their day with so many different events happening at so many different times, so many different things to do, and that's just how stress builds up. So we don't take that time to focus on our well-being. So if you need to pause this podcast for a bit to meditate, collect your thoughts and your emotions, feel free to do so. Now let's start off with the topic of being a people pleaser. But what exactly is a people pleaser? I believe that there are two types of people pleasers in this world. The first one is the stereotypical type that first comes to mind when we think of the phrase. So this is the one that would go all out of their way just to impress people and try very hard to make them happy. They will often go out of their way to please someone, even if it means that their own valuable time or resources or money are stolen away from them. According to Dr. Susan Newsom, she quotes that people pleasers want everyone around them to be happy, and they will do whatever it takes to keep it that way. And then there's the second group, and most people, including myself when I was younger, fall into this category. And this is where they don't identify themselves as a people pleaser, but they actually care a lot about what others think about them, and they still try to seek that external validation. And even if they don't go all out like the first group, the second group tends to subconsciously change their habits, the way they talk, even the way they dress or the way they think, just to be accepted by certain groups of people. This is called craving that external validation. Psychologist Dr. Becky Spellman states that human beings are naturally social creatures, and we are programmed to want the approvals of others. From the social cues that we receive from the others around us, we form opinions about whether our behaviors are good and praiseworthy or not. End quote. So while desiring this external validation is normal, it can go too far when desiring this praise from others becomes an addiction, and when it's not balanced with healthy levels of self-esteem. I remember Taylor Swift's opening in the documentary Miss Americana, and she really touched base on that and why it happens the way it does. She talked about how she faced a world where everyone is so quick to criticize her, and the pressure to be perfect and do good, please everyone, led her to live a life in an inauthentic and unnatural way. I remember in elementary and middle school, I would always fight to seek that external validation. And I just wanted to please everyone in order to be likable. So I would hide my true personality in all the things that made me Savanna. This was really detrimental, pretending to be someone I'm not, just to be validated by everyone else. And the truth is, and this is what I couldn't understand when I was younger, is that not everyone will like you or accept you for who you are. And that's perfectly okay. But how did I get to this stage of thinking? Let's find out. Now, people pleasers often act the way they do because of their insecurities and their lack of self esteem. They don't feel a sense of purpose in themselves and want others to approve of them so that they can feel worthy and feel like someone important. So, how can you stop craving this external validation and be more authentically you? The first tip I have is to appreciate and put more value in yourself. Now, I know this sounds kind of weird the way that I phrased it, but I realized that humans often put value in things like money, job titles, possessions, rather than in their own self and feelings. The same goes with people pleasers. They put value in other people's opinions of them rather than in their own self and unique character. So the problem is that people pleasers look for their value in other people rather than in themselves, and external validation can only go so far. When we're actually validated by others, it makes us feel good, and we want to behave in a similar fashion in the future so that we can continue to feel the same feeling because our brain starts getting addicted to it and like, I want to feel this feeling more and more and more. So let me change my habits so that I can connect with this group of people and so that we can experience those same good feelings. So instead of relying on others to bring your purpose, rely on yourself and your character and your personal character. Start encouraging yourself and acknowledging your strengths and your progresses and your efforts. Learn to accept your feelings and prioritize your needs while treating yourself with kindness. Also, accept your limitations and your flaws and mistakes, the things that make you you. My second tip is to stop fearing about what others might think of you. Most of the time, we're always like, OMG, what will they think if I like this or if I do this? Or so we try to conform to others' opinions and ideas. In reality, people are actually too focused on their own insecurities and challenges to care about your thoughts of and worried about fitting in. I bet you that when you go out of your comfort zone, like how we talked about in the last episode, people secretly admire you because you went against the norm. For example, I remember when I pushed myself out of my comfort zone and I did a talent show in fourth grade about my company, Happy Heart. So when I was in fourth grade, there were auditions for this talent show at my school, and my dad gave me the idea of what I could do. So instead of applying to sing a song or to do a dance or to show some talent, like, the usual, he said that I should represent my company and I should teach people about what I know about the heart in a fun way. So I decided to take his advice and I auditioned and actually got in. So the day of the talent show, I was so nervous about what others might think about me because I wasn't doing the usual. I wasn't singing or dancing. I was giving this like fun presentation about the heart. So it was definitely not what people would expect. And I was just so nervous about what others might think of me because I was sure that no one has ever done this before. And not to mention, I never told anyone about my company before, so this was all very new to me. So I was in this extremely scary situation, but once I finished performing, the next day my friends actually came up to me and they're like, "Oh, it's so cool that you run your own company." And they're like, "How's it like?" And then they said, "You should run for class president." So all this time, I hid away and I was afraid of being different. Instead, I was trying to be the perfect normal person so that everyone would accept me. But this experience actually taught me that when all you do is try to fit in and please others, you won't be able to share that unique value that only you can bring. The third tip is dare to stand apart. I've never actually met anyone who likes to be criticized or rejected. As human beings, we all strive to be liked by others, but leveraging what makes you different holds the greatest key to your success. After all, when all you do is conform, all you have to offer is conformity. So forge your own path, express your own opinions, and make a stand for what's true for you. As Margaret Thatcher once said, you can't lead from the crowd. And the last tip is to risk rejection, flout conformity. Always remember, the worst that they could say is no. Be willing to do what makes you unique, to walk your own path, express your own opinion, and to do what's true for you versus what others expect of you. It's not easy, and I can tell you that right now, but it is crucial for your success, and it's what sets you apart from the crowd. After all, in order to enjoy outstanding success, you must first be willing to stand out. And the quote for the day comes from Ed Sheeran. And he says, I can't tell you the key to success, but the key to failure is trying to please everyone. End quote. So the most important lesson to take from this episode is that you shouldn't focus on being a stranger to your true personality and talent just to be accepted by other people. Don't be afraid of losing people. Be afraid of losing yourself by trying to please everyone around you. Adopt this mentality by 1. Appreciate and put value in yourself more. 2. Stop fearing about what others might think of you. 3. Dare to stand apart. And 4. Risk rejection. Flout conformity. Your individuality is the most beautiful thing about you. So don't suppress that just to be accepted for something that you aren't. Be uniquely you. Thank you so much for tuning in. You just listened to Mental Mondays with Savanna. Make sure you click the subscribe button to receive more positivity every Monday and join the fam. Thanks again for listening, and I'll see you next week.